Happy Friday. I hope y'all are having a good week. I just wanted to hop in and give you a little bit more about myself. So a lot of y'all have been watching my channel now and don't really know the real me. So I do want to uncover just a little bit, not too much into detail, but I guess I could start from the beginning. So I spent 10 years inside the Washington State prison system for a decision that I made when I was 21 years old. During that time, I learned the importance of discipline. I didn't really have a lot that I could control in being incarcerated, but one thing I could control was my way that I reacted to the situation. And what I found, what I wanted to focus my attention on was education and fitness. I feel like these were going to be two ways that I could kind of keep myself busy while self-developing into something bigger and better than what originally got me the prison sentence in the first place. I got out when I was 30 years old, but before I got out, I took a coding program that they offered inside the prison facility. And the last about 3 years of the sentence, I ended up learning how to code while I was incarcerated. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I would have went into prison and come out a software engineer, but here I am. I went through a coding program called Unloop, offered in the Washington State prisons. And then right before my release, I was also able to take a program called Defy Ventures, which was a business entrepreneurship program offered to the folks that were incarcerated. And took advantage of that program as well, learned a little bit more about business and what it would take to be an entrepreneur post-release. So once I got out, I was pretty focused on what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to make a career in tech and kind of just see where things would lead. There was a lot of just kind of like an imposter syndrome and trying to see or make myself believe in myself rather, because I had so much going against me. I could have made up a bunch of excuses, but I didn't. I had to persevere. I had to not make excuses. I had to continue to show up just like I did in my prison sentence. And eventually I ended up having an opportunity that was presented to me at a group called F3. So F3 is a free men's workout group. It's offered nationwide and now global. You just show up to a park in the morning and work out with some guys and do body weight style workouts. I was super, thankful to be able to join 3 days after I got out of prison through a good friend of mine named Leo. He introduced me to F3 and was leading the Defy Ventures program, the entrepreneurship program, while I was incarcerated. So yeah, just super thankful for him to come in my life and present me not only with business skills and the acumen there, but also to introduce me to F3 and a community that believed in me and gave me an opportunity to build as a leader. So if you're not hip to F3, highly recommend you check out a location near you. If you're a female, you could go to FIA Nation, and they have locations all across the nation as well. But on that note, I built a connection within the F3 group, an individual named Cold War. That's what his nickname was, and he ended up being a CEO of the tech consulting company at that time, and heard my story, gave me a shot, and that's what I needed, somebody to give me a foot in the door. After that, I was super thankful for the opportunity and applied for a fellowship at Code for America, where I was developing a resource application for people that were getting out of prison. So it was a good opportunity for me to continue to develop my software development skills and give back to the people that were coming behind me. So it was a perfect job for me, and super thankful for that opportunity. After the Code for America fellowship, I ended up starting Victory Code, which was a tech consulting company for formerly incarcerated individuals, building digital literacy programs for folks to get more acclimated with just modern day technology. Also offered coding boot camps for folks that were interested in pursuing a career in technology or software engineering. So it's been an amazing opportunity to kind of lead that organization and just see the impact that it has. But I wanted to look at something further. I wanted to see what was the kind of like the next step for me. So moved down to Texas, got a wife and 2 kids at home currently. You can see the 2 kids on the pictures up here. Wife is downstairs. She's been a huge supporter of my journey. Super thankful. We just got married earlier this year, but yeah, now we're living in Texas. We moved from Seattle. So it's been an amazing, just relocation for us. We didn't have any family, just trying to figure out life on our own, but here we are, figuring life out. And since I came down, I picked up fitness even more. I ended up gaining a bunch of weight, ended up getting up to about 257, I think it was, and realized something has to change, So I took it upon myself to just commit to being more disciplined, just like I was in prison. I knew what it took. I just had to show up. So I, put in the reps, went through a couple diets, a couple phases, and eventually the weight just started going down, and started feeling better about myself and my confidence. So that was a plus. This further led to me signing up for my first marathon. Didn't even have a 5K under my belt at that time, a half marathon or anything. I just went, straight to the full marathon, and I had an ambitious goal. I told myself that I was going to aim for a sub-3 marathon at my first debut marathon, and the chances of that happening were pretty slim, but I just figured, you got to aim for something big. If it happens, it happens. I actually went into ChatGPT and asked for it to create a training plan for me. I had to go through a few different iterations, and then I had Claude kind of act as a judge and say okay, well, how could you improve this even further? And really like the output that Claude put out, so I ended up using that as my result. I went through the marathon training block, which was about 22 weeks, and from there, just had to show up to the Houston Chevron in 2026 earlier this year, in January, and just kind of trust that all of the training that I put in up until that point had paid off. So debuting at the Houston Chevron, I got 2:52.53, sub-3 by about 7 minutes, which qualified me for the Boston. After that, I just kind of picked up running and was like, okay, well, how can I make an app out of this? I seen the benefit of an AI training plan, how it worked for me. I see the discipline that it takes coming from a prison sentence and just continuing to show up for my community, for my people, for my family, for my wife and my kids. I want to see what that looks like to be able to share that with others. And so I decided to create Victory Fitness, which is an AI training plan app that's able to capture some of the goals that you're after, or races that are coming up, and build training plans around that. So it supports things like Ironman or a Spartan, maybe a marathon that you're training for. It has a bunch of AI features, but also has some additional bells and whistles, which we'll be talking about as the app releases. But excited to explore the next steps, excited to see how we continue to kind of just build this app for you all, for the community, for the people that are going to be using it. I am continuing to get feedback today. Announced it to some of the F3 guys, going to get some more users. Got a handful of users now, but continuing to grow that user base just to get some initial feedback. But I want to be honest in the process and let people just kind of show what it takes to kind of build the app while doing, a day job, raising a family, doing F3 workouts, doing all of the things, and still training for a marathon. I got the 2027 Houston Chevron, which I'm going back to again in January of 2027 for my second time. So super excited about that, but let's see how my app is actually able to create a plan for me, which it already did. I'm following it. I'm 5 days in today. We'll be talking about more of that in later videos, but for now, just kind of wanted to give you some of my story and just kind of how the Victory Fitness app came about. So yeah, if you haven't, make sure to go to the official Victory Fitness website at officialvictoryfitness.com. Make sure you join the wait list if you're interested in kind of using my app currently at its current state, make sure to just comment, and I can add you to beta mode to get more feedback, and kind of you could get a feel for it before the app actually releases. So if you are interested, just comment Victory Fitness below and I'll make sure to get it to you. All right, have a good weekend.